only two returning from the previous A final, those being of course Soup Cooler and Game Boys, who both topped their groups, winning every single race. And one of them, at least, is going to give up that winning record here. Let's have a look and see who that person will be. So this is what we've all been waiting for. In the chat, who do you think is going to come through here and potentially cross that line first place, and they will take the glory from tonight's events? Kun and Game Boys, we're just waiting on, and we can get to racing for the final time here tonight. Let's get this show underway. Just waiting for Game Boys to ready up. These guys, of course, with their own thoughts, gearing up ahead of the A final. So let's see how things come together.
Use the JOKR lap to your advantage. You only need to take it once. If you miss it, you'll get a time penalty.
We'll see how decisive that JOKR lap is in the outcome of this race. The four best drivers from the night lined up here, ready to go racing. So here we go. This is the decisive moment, the decisive race. Who is going to come through on top then? All four drivers lined up to go to for the last time. And we are away. Soup Cooler gets away with it, as does Kun on the outside there, but Soup Cooler may lead in a turn one, and he does. Nick Cross 1 second there. Game Boys trying to get underneath him, looking left and right, trying to dispossess him for that second place, and Kun as well challenging in behind his QleenVigor teammate, but is unable to quite get through. Gets alongside him and is unable to quite follow through. Nick Cross actually taking the lead, so the Soup Cooler's made a mistake, and Game Boys trying to get up alongside the Irishman there, and they both go JOKR. Soup Cooler has the inside line, contact with Game Boys, they're forced both of them to go wide, and Kun as well has made a mistake, and actually he's not got JOKR. He is well out of contention, he's got a lot of work to do, but Soup Cooler is able to get in front of Game Boys. Can Game Boys dispossess the championship leader? So that's such a stainless record so far in this series. Can he keep it together? Next hit Cross will be a danger, leaning, but he is going to have to take that JOKR lap there. The gap is going down at the moment there, it's just over 2 seconds, so next hit Cross has got to try and dig in, maybe establish more of a lead, and it's got to go JOKR soon, I imagine, if he wants any chance of maintaining the race. He does go for it now. So Soup Cooler round turn 6, he'll have to lead as they emerge, and next hit Cross very close to Game Boys, only just able to get in front, and he's closing down on Soup Cooler towards turn 8, tries to get on the inside, contact is made, and into the tire barrier slightly there. Game Boys is down the inside, forces him wide, they make contact yet again, and next hit Cross in the wall gives up that second place to FC Game Boys. So he tried to wrest the lead from Soup Cooler and ends up losing second to Game Boys, and it's a bit filtered out now. Up at the front, Soup Cooler has control of the race for the time being. Can he keep it together? Can he go through the rest of it without mistake? And he looks like he will potentially hunt down and get his second finals win. That'll be a huge step towards the championship win. There's still a long way to go in the season, but it's looking very, very good for the Irishman. As it stands, Game Boy's doing everything in his favour to try and keep him on. It's getting very close to the tire barriers, but slows right down and clips that one. So I think they may be out of contention potentially. He is losing time, leaking time. The gap now over 2 seconds. We're not even halfway through this race. So it is looking like Soup Cooler is going to take this one if there's no mistakes, if there's no penalties. Game Boys will do everything he can to try and keep the pressure on, but at the moment that gap is looking pretty comfortable for the race leader, for the championship leader. Can he hold on to it then? Next hit Cross as well, trying to hunt down Game Boys. As Game Boys slowly but surely dropping back from Soup Cooler and maybe dropping into the clutches of the Belgium, but he does get a little bit out of shape, going through the left and right, and has to try and work his way towards it there. Game Boy's got a lot of angle through that final corner, but next hit Cross got a little bit crossed up. And now that gap sits over 2 seconds. So Game Boys may maintain that second place. We'll see as we're past the halfway point now in this A final. Next hit Cross getting vastly out of shape over the jump. That's going to cost them quite some time. The gap now sits in almost 3 seconds to FC Game Boys as Kun has gone out the race. Maybe a disconnection, which is great to see. So we're left with just the top 3 to dispute things, and at the moment they're sitting relatively far apart with just 3 and about laps to go. Supercooler does have the lead. He has driven a near flawless event so far, has not lost the race, and really it's territory. We'll go board with him there just to get a view of the driving from him as he goes into turn 6, flicks it to the left and then powers out on the exit into the little kink at turn 7, and then into a high speed long left-hander at turn 8, getting on the brakes then for turn 9 to flick it, try and get close as you can to the tyre barrier, then into turn 10, gets out of the corner, kink at turn 11, gets the angle, throws it out of turn 12, open up the traction, and you can see just how on it you have to be able to get victories here in this JOKR Championship. And at the moment Supercooler is looking very strong, under no sort of threat. Of course, he did have to make progress at the start. He goes into the tyre barrier slightly, and if he managed that a bit worse, that could have come off very nastily for him. But he is still looking very positive for your race leader, for your championship leader, to extend on that. As Game Boys doesn't look like he quite has an answer for the leader. At the moment, Dictate Cross is quite far out of contention, so I think that the order may stand how it is unless Supercooler has a penalty, and Game Boys can try and stay within 5 seconds potentially. We've not seen any penalties so far tonight though, so I think that is unlikely. Of course, it's not over till the fat lady sings. With just half a lap to go, it's looking very, very good for Supercooler. Won every single race in the group stages, as did Game Boys, but in this A final, he is proven to be the superior to Game Boys by the looks of things, and has cruised away from him, driven off into the sunset. Here today at Barcelona, Supercooler round the final corner. He comes through in at P1. Game Boys is going to come through, but no, will not snatch any sort of race wins from Supercooler, who gets yet another final A win. That is absolutely huge for his chances in the championship, and he wins it comfortably in the end. Game Boys tried to keep the pressure on, but ultimately couldn't quite hang with Supercooler, and he will be your race winner then for what has been a thoroughly enjoyable round yet again. And I won't keep you waiting for too long before wrapping it up. Supercooler will have a pretty comfortable lead, I suspect, at the top of the standings, and Game Boys in particular being probably one of the top faces so far, he's going to have to find something extra if he wants to dispossess him of any sort of race wins. That is going to be it for the second round of the JOKR Championship. Hope you've all enjoyed watching it. I've enjoyed commenting